Hi, here's the beginning, part 3, long overdue. Last time where we left with 2 outstanding items that I needed to apply for my D7. The first was Portuguese bank account, the second was the rental contract. The Portuguese bank account was easy for me to open. I hear the feedback that people struggled and it took them weeks, if not more than a month. I was lucky. Somebody who I met on a Facebook page, Madeira, there are a few communities. The lady said, I can book you an appointment with a reliable person in particular branch. And so she did, a face-to-face appointment for which I had to travel for a couple of days to Funchal just to deal with the bank account. Little thing to know, not only from one bank to another the policies are different, but also there are differences from one branch to another. I don't know, is it depending on people or what? I don't know. In the UK, knowing a little bit, a banking system worked in the bank for donkey's years. I know that any branch is pretty much the same. The personalities are different, but the policies are the same and the attitude is the same, more or less. It's not the case apparently in Portugal. So she booked me an appointment. I turned up with a list of documents, simple stuff, ID, verification of address, the usual stuff, either driving license or bills or council tax. They want a proof of occupation as well. It was a bit strange for me because for the last 3 years I was self-employed, sole trader, so there was nowhere to say what my occupation was. So what I did, I print out the tax return for the last year. There were a few general words written about what I do, and it was a struggle, but it was enough. And I needed an IF number, which by that time I already had. By the way, about an IF number, I did ask that company if I'm okay to mention their name and their services. They were more than happy to do that. So I think I will make a short video just to sing them praises, really, because they are amazing. We are still in contact, believe it or not. They've done my IF number. I tortured them with my questions well before I committed to their services. And now when everything is finished, I'm still asking questions and they are so kind to reply. So I'm gonna make a short video about my experience with them from start to finish, which is now. So ID, proof of address, verification of your occupation in whatever form, and NIF number. That's all they needed. The bank account was opened within hour and a half. The person spoke fantastic English. He helped me with the app. Everything was transferred to English app. There are a couple of versions, no, 3 maybe. I think there are French as well. I signed all the documents. Documents are in Portuguese, by the way. So if somebody's pernickety to read the small print, which you have all right to do, you may be able to take them away, translate them somehow, and then come back and with the signatures. It wasn't the case for me. Everything was done quickly. The card arrived to the UK maybe a week after. Mind you, the bank is going to use your British address, if you're British, your current address. So everything, and the NIF number will be on your British address until things happen. And the next thing on agenda was the rental contract. I could not find one straight away. I could not find accommodation straight away. The prices are high. So what I decided to do is to apply for D7. I wrote a letter explaining that I haven't got my contract as yet, but because I didn't want my visa immediately, I'm asking to actually look at my documents and make sure they are okay and give me a few weeks to secure the rental contract. I was told on appointment in Edinburgh, so I had to travel to Edinburgh because the appointments are there were not many, especially with all the rush to apply as soon as possible. So I managed to secure the last appointment in 2023, and it was in Edinburgh. It was end of December. So I took all my documents there. I took my covering letter about the rental contract that I am yet to find one. They did tell me, we're going to take the documents, everything is absolutely fine, but you will need to have a rental because they will not consider your application without it. Again, the rumors were that beforehand, a few years maybe before, you could get away with just booking Airbnb for a few months. No, it wasn't the case now. So I applied, gave my all the documents and everything. I kept the passport just in case, and booked another trip in the beginning of the year to search for accommodation and contract, because in some cases you can get accommodation privately but without the contract, which was not good enough, of course, because you need the contract for the paperwork. Now I've managed to find one in January. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. I wouldn't go into details too much. There were a few weeks of worry because everything was dependent on just one piece of paper. If you have unlimited funds, you can easily pay a little bit more and get accommodation and the contract as well. That wasn't my case, so I was very aware of how much I want to spend. Contracts are made for a year, so even if you think that that's actually a requirement as well for the visa, they don't do any short contracts in Madeira anyway, but also for the visa you needed 12 months. So if you think, okay, I can make a contract a little bit more expensive for a few months and then just get away with maybe renting something cheaper, no, you're committing for quite a bit. So I've managed to secure one. There were worries and the gap between these videos only because that I was worried and I didn't want to record anything being a little bit down. I manifested like mad, so I've managed to do one, and I've managed to also, so it was a complete set of documents which went to the consulate well after, I think it was either February somewhere, and that's it. That's all I wanted to mention. I think the next video will be what's next, the continuation of it, so you'll be fully aware what's going on. I don't know how many people are watching me, but maybe it will help someone, and I hope it will.